Good morning, and once again, we are coming to you from our hotel at the Hyatt Place on Pittsburgh's North Shore. We don't have much planned for today. It's just going to be going to visit our daughter Caitlin, who you met in our vlog yesterday, and our granddaughter Charlotte, and our son-in-law Justin. So we're going to go to their house today and spend some time with them. Maybe go out for a late lunch, early dinner, or a dinner, if that's what we want to call it. So we're going to go for a walk now. I'll take you along with us. We'll check some things out. We'll go down to Point State Park, cross over the Roberto Clemente Bridge, which we visited yesterday but didn't cross over it. But we're going to cross that today. Go check out the park, check out the scenes there, and then just take it minute by minute today and just have a nice quiet day. Some things I have to fix. I have to look at the lens more. I'm not looking at the lens. I'm looking at the screen, which is down here. I have to look at the lens. So I look into you and not, at me. So I have a bunch of things we have to change. But as I said yesterday, we're gonna get better. We're gonna real quick. We're gonna get better at this. And hope you enjoy our videos. Always leave a comment. You got any questions or any suggestions or any remarks or comments on things that we've talked about or whatever. So come join us, and we'll go on another adventure for today. Alright, so we're heading towards West General Robinson Street, where we were yesterday. We walked here briefly. Ahead is Rally House that I talked about yesterday. Over to our left is Acrisure Stadium. We did stop by the Rib Fest yesterday. We walked through it after the Pitt game. It was nice, interesting. A lot of like street food. A lot of vendors selling ribs and brisket and all that. I had to take a cheat kind of meal and got a corn dog because I love corn dogs, and the corn dogs they were selling, they look really good, so I did stop and get one. But I'll burn that off today and get right back on track. Just a little step off the rails there for a minute, no big deal. So we're walking east on West General Robinson Street, heading towards PNC Park. And joining me today, as always, is my lovely wife, Omira, who is my partner in crime with everything, but for our vlogging experience, which, like I said yesterday, is something we always wanted to do. So we hope this goes well. If you have any suggestions for us or comments or whatever, let us know. Some of you will probably throw insults, but that's fine, whatever. I'm ready for that. Bring that on. But so PNC Park is right up ahead. We literally just left our hotel. 3 minutes? Not even. And we're already at PNC Park. It's crazy how close this is. Now there are other hotels in this area. I think there's a Spring Hill Suites by Marriott. There's a Holiday Inn. So we just prefer the Hyatt. There's no Hilton. We are like diamond members with Hilton. All the traveling we do to our boys' colleges and all their football. They play college football, both of them. So for all their college games, and we always lean to the side of Hilton hotels like Hampton Inns and whatnot. So we are diamond members with Hilton over the past 5 years. That's happened pretty quick. And Hyatt, we're the Discoverist member. So we try to stay at hotels where we have memberships with and get perks and all that. So right up here is PNC Park. How quick that was. There's a Honus Wagner statue. So yesterday, I don't want to bore you. This is boring. I'm sorry. I'll try to edit it to make it as not boring as possible. All right. So now we're approaching Federal Street. We're going to make a right on Federal Street. That's Andrew McCutcheon's banner. McCutcheon's like a hero here. He's old to the late stages of his career. He was a Pirate for a long time and left for, I think, free agency. Or traded, I don't remember. And he came back as a free agent before the start of the season last year. and they love him here. He's a great guy, good guy. I might have met him personally, but yeah, they love him here. I think this might be his last year. I'm not sure. But, all right, so along, we're on this outfield side of PNC Park. Beautiful, beautiful park. And up ahead is the Roberto Clemente Bridge that we are approaching. We're going to cross over that. So, if we're saying something wrong at one of our historical facts or facts about Pittsburgh or facts about anything when we start vlogging, let us know. We always want to learn and we always want to be corrected if we are wrong. So, raise the Jolly Roger. That's what they say when they win. They actually raise a Jolly Roger flag, which is the black pirate flag with the skull and crossbones. It's a center field gate. I don't know, something's going on here today. People are lined up already. Not sure what, but we are now crossing over the Allegheny. I might have said Monongahela before, but this is the Allegheny skyline. The PNC Park opened, I believe, in 2000. I could be wrong. If I am, let me know. I think the first game there was a end of spring training exhibition game against the Mets. I remember that clearly because I remember watching it and how amazing that ballpark is when we first saw it, that game. All right, so we're at the peak or the crest of the bridge. I guess they do, where is that, in Paris? They put locks on the bridge. They do that here. We saw that when we walked here 2 weeks ago. So I don't know what that's all about. Do you know what that's all about?
It's just a bridge in Paris. They just the locks on so they say they've been there.
Okay. So they put their locks on because they've been there, all right?
It's kind of like, I was here.
Okay. So to get to where we want to go, off the Roberto Clemente Bridge and along the Allegheny River right here, we had to walk down steps, and on the turnaround on the steps, you get a nice view of PNC Park. Really nice, right across the Allegheny. All right, yeah, so Omira and me, we're no weight loss experts or nutrition, dietitians, or whatever, and we could be doing things wrong. And I know when you guys see what we're doing, how we're going about it, oh, that's not the right way to do it, but it works for us. I average around 4 to 5 pounds lost a week. Yeah, that's a lot, yeah, but for me it's not. I mean, I eat around 2,000 calories. I don't want any more than that, maybe even a little less. We work out like crazy. As I mentioned yesterday, I walk at least 3 miles every day. I have not walked less than 3 miles since maybe April. Sometimes I get up to 4 miles every day. I don't take a day off, lift weights. So the weight's coming off. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not feeling hungry. I'm not punishing myself. Yeah, I do have a little piece of cake every now and then, and we do have a cheat meal every week.
If we're away,
if we're away, we make sure that we eat what we normally would eat. Like we went to Permane Brothers last night for dinner. Those of you who don't know what Permane Brothers is, maybe we'll check that out again tonight. I don't know. It's one of our favorite stops here in the city. They have multiple restaurants all over. Has to be at least 20. But all right, so we're walking along the Allegheny River. Up ahead is you can see just a little bit of it to the right is Heinz Field, and that's the Ohio River. So some sort of barge coming this way. Not sure what this is, but we'll just enjoy the walk. Getting closer to Point State Park, or the Point. We're actually in Point State Park now. We're getting close to the Point. With a shot of Acrisure Stadium. The Ohio River down there. I do not remember the name of that bridge. Pittsburgh is a city of bridges. There's bridges all over. Point State Park was a strategic location in the French Indian War and also in the American Revolution. And it makes sense because of its the importance of these rivers to the country. You know, like I said yesterday, the Ohio River you can take down to the Mississippi. You can take the Mississippi River and then take that to the Gulf of Mexico through New Orleans. But it was originally controlled by the French when it was Fort Duquesne, and when the British came over, they changed it to Fort Pitt after William Pitt, and hence the name of the city, Pittsburgh. One of the only burgs has an H in it at the end. Pittsburgh is B-U-R-G-H, where you have other burgs across the country, even in Pennsylvania, Gettysburg, a few other ones slip my mind right now, but they don't have an H. Williamsburg, Virginia, no H. Pittsburgh has an H. Just makes the city more unique. There's the Carnegie Science Center, where we walked by yesterday, right next to Acrisure Stadium. There's a remnants of an old bridge, which I guess ran through here. Alright, we're gonna approach the fountain, which is right on the point. And tomorrow's our big 5K race. Starts on the west side of Acrisure, goes all the way down past PNC Park, comes around again, and you end inside the stadium. All right. That starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow, 8 in the morning. And we're at the point. We've been here so many times, exploring. Fort Pitt Tunnel, Fort Pitt Bridge, which leads into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. When you come out of the Fort Pitt Tunnel, that's what you see. That's really bright. If there's any glare, I apologize, but that's half of the skyline. There's a park here. They have fireworks. July 4th fireworks hold throughout the year. They have different events. They have fireworks. People come and watch the fireworks on the shore. There are remnants here of when this was a fort. One of the oldest buildings remaining in Pittsburgh is here. I think it was the ammunition building. We'll take a walk over to that. But we're going to cross over and head over to the Monongahela and walk up the Monongahela. There's an incline. I think that's the Duquesne incline. Could be wrong. I gotta look it up. If I'm wrong, let me know. And overhead in the distance is Station Square. Station Square was a train station back in I want to say the turn of the 20th century. The train station is still there, but there's a restaurant now. What is the name of that restaurant? Slipping my mind. Grand Concourse. The Grand Concourse restaurant. But Station Square, this was trains. Trains are a big component of the city still. I think I hear one coming up behind us on the other side of the river. But yeah, with all the steel production done here, there's railroad tracks all over the place. Yes, there is a train. The trains here are super long, not what we're used to back at home. I mean, they're not a mile long, but to me they look like they are. And that's Highmark Stadium, home of the soccer team here, the Highmark River Hounds. The Highmark River Hounds, they play there. That's new. That's built within the past 10 years. Station Square has a hotel, the Sheraton. And those riverboats right there, that's home of the Gateway Clipper fleet, which you can use as a shuttle to get to Heinz Field or Acrisure Stadium, or they have like dinner cruises and party cruises on them. Never did any of those. Someday we will. And I think they host weddings. You can have like a wedding reception on them. Station Square. I believe that brown building in the far background, a taller building, is the old train station. So we are now in the heart of Point State Park. This is a museum right here on the left. Gives a history of this area of Point State Park and of the Pittsburgh area. A very nice museum. If you ever have a chance to check that out. I'm gonna walk up these steps. Alright. Some more shots of the skyline and the Point State Park Museum. I don't know if that's the name of it, but that's what we refer to it as. Oh, Fort Pitt Museum. Alright. That building right there, we think with the 2 satellites, is where our daughter works for KDKA, the CBS affiliate here. And another sign for welcome to Point State Park. And up ahead is the oldest standing building in the city. We'll walk around to that and take a look. So as I said, this is the Fort Pitt Blockhouse. It's a national historic landmark here in Pittsburgh, constructed in 1764. Only surviving structure of Fort Pitt. Another plaque over here. Just a little more explanation of it. And the Daughters of the American Revolution, I believe, funded this or helped fund it. So I don't know I think it was an ammunitions building. It tells you more inside the museum. So if you ever want to come by to the museum, they'll give you more information about this building. But really, really cool, really neat. And also, I mean, there's a lot of history here, a lot. Whether it's colonial times and pre-American Revolution and post-American Revolution, the industrial age, the steel history, U.S. Steel, Carnegie and Frick, and even during World War II. So much history here in Pittsburgh. This is the Fort Pitt Museum. And like I said, if you ever have a chance, if you're ever in Pittsburgh, make sure you make a stop here. Very interesting stuff. All right, we're gonna start our walk back to our hotel. Get some breakfast. I think I'm just gonna have a protein shake today. Take a little easy today. So not sure we made a wrong turn or weren't paying attention, but we decided to cross the Fort Duquesne Bridge instead of back to the Roberto Clemente. I have never crossed this bridge. I'm not sure where it leads out to. Okay. We're still on the North Shore, obviously. There's the stadium. The hotel is right off to the right. All right, coming to the end of the bridge, going down a nice decline instead of another incline. Let's walk here. Big line forming to get onto that boat. We'll check that out. I think that boat's only here for a week or just for the weekend, or ship. I don't call it a boat. They have some military vehicles on the side there too. We might just walk down there and check it out. See what that's all about. We're not gonna get on a ship. Don't really want to spend time doing that today. But all right, we just got off the bridge and we're at North Shore Drive here. We're gonna head along the Allegheny to see what that's all about at that ship and those military vehicles that are there. Lots of crowd, big crowd here. People just keep walking to it, so I guess they must be opening soon or open already for you to get onto the ship. If the line's not that long, maybe we will. I don't know if you have to pay. I'm not sure. We don't have our cash on us, but we'll go check that out. I think down this way are all the backside of the pubs and restaurants that are on North Shore. On one side of the street, there's another whole side that we showed you guys yesterday. Getting kind of crowded here. A lot of people walking to here. So this must have just opened for today. We're gonna just walk on up and check out the. Excuse my watch. It's telling me that we're behind pace tar because we're walking slow. It keeps yelling at me. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but let's check out these military vehicles. Now, from what I understand, the Jeep was invented here or first built here in Pittsburgh during World War II. So this kind of makes sense why there's a bunch of Jeeps. Cool stuff.
Remember the time they were going to charge us? A couple years, 10, 20 years back, they were going to charge us off if we...
I'm assuming these are all World War II vehicles. They have to be. I can tell by the helmets. On one side there, both my grandfathers fought in World War II. My mother's father, Grandpa Artie, was in the Army, and he's actually a Pearl Harbor survivor. He was at Pearl Harbor when it happened. He was stationed at Schofield Barracks. That's something we'll probably do a whole video on when we go to Hawaii, which we're planning on doing at the end of next summer. My other grandfather, Bill, my dad's father, was also in World War II. He was in the Navy. So, my grandfather Artie would tell us stories about World War II and the helmets they used. The original helmets and the guns and all that were left over from World War I. So they really weren't prepared for a war. And as the war progressed, those helmets that we just saw with the nets on them is what they used towards the end of the war. We're going to continue our walk and head up towards Heinz Field. Maybe check out a couple of statues here. Check out the Mr. Rogers one. I believe this street right ahead is called Art Rooney Avenue. I'm not sure. This is the police memorial, the law enforcement officer memorial here. My dad was a police officer, 35 years in the county of Nassau County on Long Island. Became a detective around 1980-ish. Retired in 1999 or 2000. I don't remember. Must have been 2000. We are at the Mr. Rogers statue or memorial. I don't know what they call it here. The monument. Mr. Rogers Monument, there we go. Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, is a native of Pittsburgh. The show, his Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, was filmed here. And this is nice. It's got a audio of him singing and talking. Nice, nice tribute. Alright, so right across the street is Heinz Field. The Steelers' home, the Steelers started in 1933. Art Rooney, the original owner, well, the first owner, won, I believe, a horse bet. And with that money, I might be wrong, I think it was $10,000, he went and purchased a franchise called the Pittsburgh Pirates. And a couple of years later, they renamed it to the Steelers after the steel industry here. their home was Forbes Field, which is over in Oakland. That was by the University of Pittsburgh. That's also where the Pirates played. So the Steelers were played at Forbes Field. I believe for a little bit too they played at Pitt Stadium. Both those places no longer exist. Three Rivers Stadium was built in 1970. Well, it was ready. It was being built before then, but it's the Steelers' first season in Three Rivers Stadium. It was 1972, as well as the Pirates. Pirates played there as well. And this was built towards the end of the 20th century, in the late 90s, and it opened in 2001. We were at the first game, October 7th, 2001. I will never forget it. It was a few weeks after September 11th. We were scheduled to be at the real first game against the Cleveland Browns on September 16th, but that game was postponed to the end of the season because of the tragic events of September 11th, and the NFL pushed their schedule up further. So the Steelers' first home game was October 7th, 2001. And we've been coming to Pittsburgh to see games pretty much every year, sometimes 2 or 3 games a year, since 1996. Our first game was soon after we got married. The Steelers played the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll never forget it. Our first time ever at Three Rivers Stadium. It was sometime in November. I think it was maybe Thanksgiving weekend. And we've been coming every year since. We did have season tickets at one time. I was on a waiting list for a very long time. When I graduated high school, I joined the waiting list, and I finally got into the season ticket program about 7 years ago. So I graduated high school in 1991. I'm dating myself now. And it took, how long was that? I mean, 2019, so you're looking at 20-something years. Oh, more than that, almost 30 years on the waiting list. That's how long it is. Every game has been sold out. The only NFL team who can say that. Every game has been sold out since 1972. And like I said yesterday in our previous vlog, that this team is the favorite son of the city, by far. It's not even close. When your city of this size shuts down for Steeler games, that tells you something right there. We're going to try to cross over, get closer to the stadium, and just talk about a few things about the Steelers and Heinz and Acrisure. If I keep calling it Heinz Field, I apologize. But that's what I'm used to. We've been to so many games. We've been to playoff games. We saw the 2 AFC Championship games that were hosted here in 2008. Well, January of 2009 for the 2008 season against the Ravens. That was... If you're a football fan, you'll know that was Troy Polamalu's memorable interception, which was one of the best moments of my life. That experience was incredible experience. And then 2010 season, 2011 January, they hosted the Jets, New York Jets. I am not much of a Jet fan, even though we are from New York. I think Jet fans are... I'm sorry, I'm going to insult my Jet fan friends, but I think Jet fans are a little bit on the clownish side. They haven't won anything since the 1968 season, so we don't really have much to talk about. But anyway, but that was a fun moment. Coming home, I remember telling my Jet fan friends that I worked with at the time that I couldn't wait to get home to see them, to give them a couple of digs here and there. After that game. So we were at those 2 games. Both of those games were freezing cold. One of them, I forget which one it was specifically. One was like 7 degrees. So, I guess extremely hot here and extremely cold. So I don't know what this is, like a stage or something that they're probably doing for Rib Fest. This is not locally here. Usually you can walk right up to the stadium. Obviously you can't go in. But this is the University of Pittsburgh Panthers statue. Because again, the Panthers played here. The Panthers have played here also since the stadium opened up in 2001. They had their own stadium, Pitt Stadium, that they played at before coming here. I don't know why they share the stadium. I mean, it's so obvious that it's favorite to the Steelers. They have to put up these flags for Pitt. I mean, it's really the only thing that indicates Pitt here. I'm going to shut my watch off so it stops yelling at me. All right, moving along. I don't know why Omira is waiting there. I don't know why she wants to walk that way, because I want to walk that way, but we'll see what she says. All right, so I convinced my lovely wife to come this way because she's afraid that we're going to get kicked out or something because there's something here blocking our way, but we could just simply walk right around it, I hope, because if we can't, I'm not going to hear the end of it. So I think we should be able to just walk right through. There's no people here. A bunch of gears out. I guess that's for the stage, a blow up air thing. So this is gate A. This is in the south end zone. You can't see through the stadium, just a little bit right there, but I'm going to try to get to a game today. It's hard because both of our boys play college football, so it's hard to go to their games and to this game. And if we come to a game, we got to pretty much take the Monday off of work because I'm driving home on that day. So it's not easy for us, but we make it work, and it gives us an opportunity to visit our daughter and her family. So yeah, yesterday I did have a corn dog and I did have Permane Brothers, so didn't do good yesterday. But I avoided trying to do 2 bad days in a row. I don't think I'm gonna do that again today. I think we might splurge a little bit again today, but tomorrow I'll be right back on the track. Not gonna stop. Up here on our right, which we're walking to now, is the Art Rooney Monument. And Art Rooney is the man. He is what brought the Steelers here. The Steelers were so bad for so long, 40 years. They never won a playoff game until 1972. And that was the famous Immaculate Reception game. But for years, they were just the lovable losers in this town. And this man stuck with them, and they loved his players. He's just legendary. If you have a chance, just look up some more information about Art Rooney. Great man. His whole family. His son, Dan, who took over the team, the ownership, after Art passed away in 1986, I think he passed away. I could be wrong. I'll check that later. So Dan took over the team when? 1988, Art passed away. And Dan took over the team, and Dan recently passed away, I'd say about 8 years ago, maybe. I could look that up also. But now Art's grandson, Art Rooney II, now runs the team. So I had to stop saying so. Trying to learn. Learning as we're going. Learning as we're doing this. This is gonna be fun. We have so much stuff coming up. We have a Disney trip in October, which we're taking our granddaughter to. We're gonna check out all the Halloween festivities down there. We're going down to Disney World. We are Disney World freaks. We've been there so many times. We've either at Disney World or Pittsburgh, or an occasional cruise, or an occasional trip to Las Vegas and Grand Canyon and stuff like that. So we do other things. We try to. Fortunately, we're in a good position financially. We can afford that, and I have so much time off at work. If the music is loud here, I'm going to turn this off. So we're learning YouTube as we go along. I'm not so sure how the vlogging, the copyright rules work, so I hope I don't get nailed for that song that we just heard as we walked by. But this is where we bought the corn dogs yesterday. I wanted to get some more videos of what's the whole Rib Fest thing and over there, but that didn't happen because of the music. I know I could put something over it, but I don't want to deal with that. I want to give you the true, authentic sound that we're hearing as we walk through. So back to our schedule. We have so October we're going to Disney World. We'll be there for a week, and then January Omira and I are returning We're gonna check out Disney World. We're gonna go down and check out the villages, the town that or area we're interested in possibly retiring to, potentially retiring to. Not really sure about that yet, but we're gonna go check that out. And it just so happens that Caitlin and Justin, along with Charlotte, Justin our son-in-law, Charlotte our granddaughter, are going to be crashing that trip. So they're gonna hang out with us in our Disney Vacation Club villa that we're staying in, which I think is at Wilderness Lodge or Boulder Ridge is where we're staying, in a 1-bedroom villa. That's January. In April, we're going right back down to Disney World. We're going down for a 5K, 10K, and a 10-mile run, back to back days. 5K is on a Thursday, the 10K is on a Friday, and the 10-miler is on a Saturday. So 5K is easy. Do that every day, like I've been saying. 10K, by then, a little more than 7 months away now. We'll get that figured out by then. The 10-miler might be rough, but we'll finish it. I will not finish. I'm very competitive. Don't like to lose. So, don't want to not finish something I started. It just doesn't work that way. All right. And we're still trying to figure out our camera. This is all new to us, vlogging and talking like this. And the camera obviously is new. I picked this up last week. It's a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. That's all the rage, I think, right now. And a lot of the vloggers we watch use it. So I figured, oh, why not us? Let's do it. And I thank all those vloggers, all of them, all you guys, for giving us ideas and being a inspiration for us, or to us, because I try not to steal ideas from you, but some of you are just so good at it. It's hard not to. So anyway, all right, we're headed back to our hotel. Next time we check in will probably be later on today. Maybe we'll close out the day, or maybe show you where we're having our dinner or our dinner. Yeah, I mean, you might be thinking, well, how are you losing weight and being on a diet? I'm not on a diet. I never was on a diet. I just changed my life. Couldn't do the things I was doing, and hoping to get a good quality of life out of that. So, not on a diet. Just changed my life. And one of the YouTube vloggers I follow with health and nutrition said it's okay to go have that cake. It's okay to live your life. Just don't do it often. Which makes sense. I was living that life every day, all day. Not anymore. All right, I hope we hit 3 miles. I gotta check my watch. Myra will give us an update. What do you got? Huh? 2.9. So by the time we get to our hotel, we'll be at 3 miles. We're gonna get some water, hydrate. Very important to hydrate. And we'll check back with you later. So we are back at our hotel, and that's going to be the end of today's journey. Hope you enjoyed the video. We did a lot today. Went through another one of our daily walks, a 3.1 mile walk, whatever it was. You guys didn't see it, but we visited our daughter and the granddaughter. We don't want to do all and show you all that. We don't want to bring home videos onto this. We just want to blog about information and our experiences along the way. So tomorrow's our big day. It's our 5K race, and that's when I'll check in tomorrow morning. I'm not going to vlog during the race. I don't even know what I'm doing with this yet, so I don't want to introduce that while I'm trying to do something I'm really trying to focus on. So I'll check in tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you for joining us. Please help us out and like our video and subscribe to our channel. And just remember that tomorrow and the next adventure is just a dream away. Thank you.